watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Today we're going to be looking at a modern knife. This one from Sencut. If you're familiar with Sencut, you might know that the Wee and Civivi brand, this is their low-end brand, their budget brand. And this is a little older release, so this comes in a box that's not as nice as their newer releases. The newer release comes in a larger white box with the little zipper pouch. This does not. This is just plain brown box with a little bag to hold the knife, plastic bag. That's it. Nothing fancy there. Now this is the model number here, I believe at SA40E for the green version that I have. And this is the Sencut episode. So let's take a look at the knife itself. First thing I want to mention is this is a 4 and 5/8 inch length handle, so pretty full-size knife here we're looking at. We've got this one in green micarta. Now this comes in 5 different flavors. You get the green with this stonewashed finished blade. You get a black with, a burgundy knife with the black washed blade, and then 3 other colors which I'm not sure about what blade they use, but it's the black micarta, a tan micarta, and a jade micarta. So 5 different options there for you to choose from. This knife I believe retails for $49 to $50, but actual retail price is about $43 to $44, so pretty reasonable. The blade material is 9CR18 mauve, so a budget steel, but not the lowest end steel that you can get. The blade that you see here is obviously a sort of a harpoon clip point style. Very attractive blade in my opinion. I've always liked the harpoon style blades, and this is no exception. You get the Sencut logo on this side with that stonewash finished. You can get a good look at the jimping at the top for your thumb rest. And then on this side, they're in very small print. There at the top, it says 9CR18 mauve to kind of let you know what the blade steel is. Some other features of this knife, you have T8 hardware on the pivot and on these handle screws. The clip is reversible, so you could put it here. The clip itself is a, sort of gray finished as well. Not the glossy finish, but like a matte finish on it. And then you've got 2 T6 screws holding that on, which are recessed, so you're not going to get snagged on your pocket. And it's a pretty low profile clip, not too obnoxiously large poking out there, about average I'd say. And it is deep pocket carry. You can see that there's really nothing more to see once it gets to the top of the clip. So if you're big on that, that's I guess a bonus. Not real important to me, but just really like the blade shape on this guy. Got a nice wedge here and a very sharp point. That harpoon style. You can see the blade edge there on the grind. This guy's give it an opportunity to kind of see what you might expect from your knife. There you go. Look at that on that side. I've had no problems, using it to cut. Here's a little piece of paracord here, and it gets right through it, no problem. So nothing to do with the sharpness being an issue. I have no problems with the quality of the cutting. Just a really well designed knife in my opinion. Very easy to close. You have about a 30% lockup, I'd say, on the locking mechanism and mechanism. And you've got some jimping here on the little thumb opening there for the close, and even left-handed it's a cinch to close. I could do it like that, or just give it a little flick once it's past the detent, and makes it nice and easy to close. A little more difficult to do on the camera to show you the close. See if I can get a little better angle there. Yeah, it falls not quite drop shut, but just a small shake, and that's all it requires, and it will close right down. The Micarta to me is a high quality one, much like what I like to see on the QSP Penguin. Very similar type of micarta that they use. I think it's a higher end quality and one of the reasons why I like the Sencut brand. They don't skimp on the Micarta that you get. Cost again on this was $43 to $44. Original retail manufacturer price I think is like $49 to $50 off of the website, but on Amazon you get it for a little cheaper. So I think I paid $44 for this before shipping and tax. So to me, very reasonable price for what you get. Let's take a closer look at the blade length here. You get a 3.5 inch blade. Well, actually a little bit over, just but maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Cutting edge is basically the same length as the blade length because of the way that the handle shape is. It basically stops here, so you get 3.5 plus just maybe a 1/16 there at the end. Overall length, let's count this out. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and maybe just slightly over 8 1/16 inch. So plenty large enough for most people. Definitely kind of light on the limit of what I want to carry for EDC length. But you have a handle that's going to fit most hands. I have like a medium-sized hand, and you can still see that there's plenty of room left down here for a little more room. I actually prefer to have a knife a little larger than what my hand would require, because if you have a deep pocket carry clip, that could be a little bit of a hot spot on the pinky finger. So it's nice to be able to come down inside that bottom area, so it's not at the widest part of the knife when you grip down. But yeah, just a really easy to use knife, and I can operate it left or right handed. I am a lefty by trade, but no problem opening that right handed at all or closing it as designed. So good for ambidextrous use or just left or right handed, either one. Overall, great knife. Sencut makes some really good stuff. This is I think one of my top Sencut favorites of all the stuff that they released, and they have a lot of knives. But the episode doesn't have that thumb stud. That's maybe the one thing I kind of miss, but outside of that, it's a really easy to operate knife, very comfortable in the hand, good lockup, very easy to close, very easy to open, operate one-handed, no problem there. Got a decent clip on it that's reversible if I want to switch sides with it. I'm not having any problem with the comfort on it and the default position on the right side. And I could flip that over, but I don't think it'd be any more comfortable on the opposite side. So take your pick on that with your handedness. And overall, just think it's a quality knife. $44. Does a lot of things right. Has a really nice blade on it, like the stonewash finish. The blade material is good enough for this price point, I believe. You have some options here for getting up on the knife if you want to. You can put your finger up here and then really get some decal cuts, or just come back here in the more default position and still have room. Even for a larger hand to go forward, you can see that there's still some jimping left there. In my natural position, holding it like that. So if you had a larger hand, you could still accommodate, even some more room there. So I think this is a really well-designed knife, and I think Sencut did a really nice job. One that I would recommend. Let's take a look at the weight really quick. I believe I measured this before, and it was right about 3.2 something ounces. There we go. There you go, 3.226 ounces. So no problem carrying that as an everyday. I don't think weight's going to be an issue. I think the size would be maybe a little more of an issue than the weight. It's not the smallest handle in the world. Like I said, it's about 4 5/8. So if you prefer a smaller handle, that might not be the one for you, but full-size knife does for me. I have no problems or issues carrying it, and it's one that I would recommend. But that's going to do it for my review, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. The Sencut episode. This one in green. Again, you get 4 other color options. Check those out at the end of the video, and I'll provide some slideshow material here so you can get a really detailed look at all the angles of the knife. We'll see you next time. Take care.